When Lolita, a 32-year-old garment worker on the outskirts of Delhi, was handed a small camera and told to strap it to her forehead, she burst out laughing. Management didn't explain why they needed her to wear it while she stitched shirts and trousers. That laughter faded fast. As the days wore on, the atmosphere on the factory floor shifted. Workers realized every mistake, every pause, and hushed conversation across the sewing lines was being recorded. They became hyper-conscious of their movements, wary that every distraction could be captured. Management was hiding the true purpose of the cameras. The factory had struck a deal with tech companies to harvest something called egocentric data, first-person video capturing the precise physical movements of human workers. This data addresses a specific challenge in artificial intelligence. This giant, dense cloud represents the vast ocean of text and images scraped from the internet to train models like ChatGPT. But the physical world is a different matter. To teach a robot how to fold a towel or stitch a seam, you cannot use text. You need thousands of visual examples of a human performing the task from their own perspective. Roboticists estimate they will need hundreds of millions, potentially billions of hours of this human activity to train machines to reliably navigate real-world environments. This massive data collection effort is the foundation for the next stage of automation, the autonomous humanoid robot. Building the physical body of artificial intelligence depends on extracting the daily behaviors and routines of the world's most vulnerable workforce. Data brokers are hunting for the highest density of manual labor on Earth, which brings them directly to India. On any given day, millions of workers are sewing garments, assembling products, and sorting goods. The exact diversity of movement robotics companies want machines to learn. The cost disparity makes India the logical center of this pipeline. Data collection that costs $30 an hour in the United States can be executed in India for less than $5 an hour. Once the video leaves the factory, it flows into digital hubs where engineers clean the raw footage. They isolate hand movements, track specific points on the body, and strip away background noise to turn a video into a usable dataset. India already handles roughly 35% of the global data annotation market, with much of that revenue coming directly from tech clients in the US. The tech firms pay the data brokers, and the brokers pay the factory owners. The floor workers who actually wear the cameras receive almost nothing. Lolita mentioned that sometimes management gives them a soft drink, though she isn't sure if that's because they're being filmed or because the factory heat is unbearable. The pipeline is designed to separate the financial value of the digital asset from the low-wage physical laborers who produced it. For the workers, the cameras bring an immediate, tangible threat. Factory owners have realized they can use the AI training footage to generate aggressive productivity reports on their own staff. Managers track idle periods, time bathroom breaks, and map out precisely where and when coworkers gather to socialize, turning a data collection tool into a mechanism for micromanagement. The surveillance is absolute. Researchers have found accounts of female garment workers going to the washroom and forgetting you were still wearing head-mounted cameras, creating severe privacy risks. While companies say they obtain permissions through factory management, the workers themselves are often hired through contractors. In these settings, refusing to wear the camera carries the immediate fear of being fired or losing future shifts. Now, data brokers are moving past the factory walls and targeting the informal economy. They are recruiting day laborers and street vendors to record their daily activities, paying them a few dollars an hour to capture the movements of manual construction. The camera acts as a dual threat, an immediate tool for workplace monitoring and a long-term tool for the worker's eventual replacement. This process marks a shift in the nature of labor. In a standard factory shift, a worker sells their time for a daily wage. But data extraction captures a permanent digital asset that belongs to the company long after the worker's shift ends. This captures bodily knowledge, the physical instincts, the subtle muscle memory, and the refined skills a worker accumulates over a lifetime of labor. Once this knowledge is digitized and annotated, it is detached from the human who produced it. It enters a global network where it can be circulated and used to train machines. While the workers receive a daily wage or a soft drink, tech executives like Elon Musk predict that the robots trained on this data will eventually generate 80% of their company's future value. Current labor policies have not caught up to this reality. There are no royalty systems or value-sharing models to protect the people providing the physical blueprints for these robotic systems. Back on the factory floor, Lolita continues to stitch collars and seams. She is still providing the physical labor that earns her a wage, while unknowingly training her digital double. The ultimate irony is that these workers are denied the full worth of their labor today, while being harvested for the data required to replace them tomorrow.